It's February 13th, 2024. I'm in the place where General George Washington is on the one, legal tender, and first president. It has the ONE on the back and the In God We Trust. Um, and then the White House, which has the whatever and the whatever. I'm watching something Linda just started taping. It's called The Daily Show. Um, I I think the gentleman's name is Jon Stewart. Um, I've heard of him, never seen him before. Um, and again, like in communication, to be really careful but yet clear. Um, like the one. Um, and if there's I mean, like I know there is the one, but then to be two, TWO for an ONE at the INGODWE trust. And then Atlas, the man with the world on his shoulders, and the seven sisters. Um, to be at that level of family and that level of love. Um, to be able to speak of that level of church, that level of God, um, that level of chosen, to receive special message, like that's power, that's high denomination, it's humbling, it's frightening as a child. Um, but the message I received, and then the brokenness that followed thereafter. Um, when I arrived in 1978 via natural human childbirth to a mother and a father as an only child, with a special star date that I arrived on. Um, in County Queens. What because I don't really, they've never explained to me what county means as opposed to country. I don't know that connection. So, but again, North American territory. Um, so I would wake up from a nap, and when I fell asleep, would enter some form of dream, children dream, not like a sitting here like fathoming and dreaming, because I've heard the euphemism used completely wrong in translation, but actually physically going to sleep here and traveling to wherever the spirit realm goes, which I'm really careful how I choose my words here, not to be made fun of and not to sound crazy. But back then, when I awoke in the house, my mother was a hairdresser, my father was in business, he was in clothing and garment business. Later, he went on to other whatever. But there was there was a telephone. We all had telephones, and there was television. But as far as, there was nothing as far as keys, computing, technology, none of that existed. No internet existed. Um, and that's what, as like United States of America, where I was born and how I was born. And it was reported into what we believe to be our military. Um, I would have travel with the man that I was to marry, or the boy I was to marry, to try to save our future, whoever he was. I don't believe I had a name for him. Um, but there was some really dangerous things going on, some dangerous persons, and they were trying to, and I gave very detailed reports when I woke up to whatever phone numbers the local Queens security had, about my dream travels with this boy that I was to marry. That marriage, in my real, like, to have children with him and to spend a life with him, that never happened in this reality, in this world. So, but what did happen was they showed me machines, with keys that and the only thing, I was young, I didn't have the language to speak to Judith about it, to report it in, but it was, I said, it's like a cereal box but much thinner. We don't have it around the house. I haven't seen it. I was like, and they keep saying keys, keys. I was like, but the keys you show me, they were for the motor vehicle. I was like, those are not the keys that they're showing me. They look like this. And I drew on, stuff, and I left it at Judith's house, and she gave it in to, I don't know, because now she's dead. I can't even ask her, as now it's becoming relevant. Um, but that level of relationship. Um, and then to not have that person, that boy who grew into a man, to never have physical contact or access to him after what was already advised, like, in as a child. Like, where was I wired in and connected to in the trust with God, nature, the entire world of what was to come. um that level of seriousness. And for then, my children coming in their season, for humanity to bastardize, to not even produce someone like level of jack of all trades and I wrote the book, like, to not even inside the God's trust to get that level of husbandry in a physical contact so he could father all of my children. That level of betrayal is disgusting. And humanity should be, I mean, it's just ashamed. Ashamed is all I can say. Um, at parental and custodial and whatever. And that's like at the deepest wound and hurt at country that I have. But yet I still get up and I'm still trying. I look horrendous. I would be ashamed to look my one in the face at this point, but I want to be the daughter that he's proud to bring to work. Um, so Linda, out of nowhere, this daily show shows up and I'm watching it. I don't know microphones. I don't know feedback and loop and whatever. Um, but it's talking about a diner, and it does a spoof on it. And when I look at the TV and I look at the portal to the world beyond, not only beyond my borders, but my interior and what it looks like, knowing that there's been elections, not really knowing any of what it's about, but Jon Stewart has up there their microphone. They cleverly disguised it as electile dysfunction. Um, I don't disagree. So I am, watching this and the way that they portray it. And I see it at a different level. Um, but I stayed away from technology as best that I could with computers. Um, I needed work, I needed a job. I needed, because of the way that they left me and how they withheld husbandry to someone who writes the book and who, jack of all trades. And I know what an honor, what an absolute honor it is to marry somebody at that level. Again, I'm RH sensitive, blood type, ABO. And the child, not only cosmologically, astrologically, was that child going to be important, but the blood type that I have is so rare. Um, Not just locally, but on a larger scale. So I knew I was important, even though I was being born at whatever level and whatever. It is whatever it is, the trust already knows. Um, but for them to betray me that way and bastardize my entire childhood bearing, I mean, forget the physical abuse that I've I've sustained while being in North America. I'm careful how I, because I don't want to get my one as his two at Atlas with the seven sisters in trouble, but it has to be known, because it speaks to a broader conflict and a much more serious issue. So here we are at, where are we? While it looks like Bread and Circus has a lot of fun with whatever jobs they were handed, do I think that any of them really earned their degree or the places that they hung their hat? Maybe some, but so few. And at the table at the end, I see um, Jordan scolding Jon Stewart. All I can say is it's a little too late at this point for this, but I get it's part of the cogs in the system. And whoever's writing the book at this point in stages of things, I'm grateful for whatever's still working.
The next 9 months, the news media is going to be overwhelming you with non-stop election coverage, and we want to be a part of that. So we're going to preview our wall-to-wall election season coverage with the best news team going. We got our very own Desi Levick and Michael Pasta. Desi, welcome. Michael, welcome. Desi, I'll start with you. Where are you going to be reporting from this election season?
John, I'm going to be spending the next 9 months here in a Michigan diner because diners are where real Americans eat. The people are gritty.
I should mention local news in this level of sunlight in New York. When I was a kid, and even as a teenager and through college, diners, as much as she makes fun of them in New York, still had Greek. It was all Greek. It was Greek to me. It looked like my level Greek, sometimes a little sandy, but for the a little tan, but for the most part, it was Greek, like Greek islands. I'm not part of the travel bureau, and again, whatever. But what frightens me now in this version and this year, 2024, is the diners are closing. I don't know where their families are moving to, but what's replacing them does not look Greek. It looks like something very different.
The menus are sticky and the chickens have fingers.
And I'll be in the same diner as Desi, but the realer part of the diner. Not the booth section with all the coastal elite Democrats and their fancy back support. I'll be spending the campaign at the counter with the Trump voters because realer Americans want to sit at the bar stool on their coats. John? Michael, what do Trump voters think about this election? Oh, they're excited for President Trump to win the presidency a third time and enact his agenda. They're talking about border wall, tariffs, that's what they're excited for? No, I would say the vengeance. Total and utter vengeance. One woman I met, Irene, retired nurse, she said that she hopes that Trump will, quote, split the skies and rain fire upon the states of blue. His terrible blades sundering his enemies until nature herself bows before his dominion and his name is carved upon the moon. End quote. Is there also enthusiasm on the Democratic side, does he?
Oh, the Democrats are pumped for Joe Biden. Whether it's this Joe Biden or maybe someone else who changes their name to Joe Biden. Point is, everyone's excited and no one's crying in the bathroom.
It sounds like things are going very well, and we'll certainly be...
John, over here.
It's Dulce Sloan, everybody! It looks like you're outside. Why aren't you inside the diner asking people what they think?
I know what they think. It's what everybody thinks. This is the same shit all over again. It's just a reboot. We need more than just the same show with an older yet familiar face.
I mean, you're talking about the two candidates. You're talking about the...
Yeah! Yeah, I mean, I already had this job. Now these old white dudes gotta come back and reclaim it? Like, come on, sir, go do something new. It's so desperate. Like, let someone else run the show.
We're talking about the election, right?
I said what I said.
John, I disagree. You won't find a single Republican who will say they don't want to vote for Trump. Now, is that because they're afraid of being murdered by other Trump voters? Yes, but being afraid is a form of excitement.
Yeah. Same here, John. The Democrats here can't wait to show their Joe Biden support with these great campaign shirts.
His name is Velcroed on that shirt.
No.
Yeah, no, what's underneath the name, Desi? What? So they're counting on Taylor Swift to jump into the race.
Oh my God, no. Why? Has she said something to you?
No. Listen, guys, thank you so much. It's going to be a great camp. Hey, is that Ronnie Chang behind you, Desi? Hey, John.
Now, in my son's real world right now, New York City schools were closed today. And they were working remotely. And the teacher in New York City public school was teaching my son inside here, where I'm on the SLT now, but I was not part of planning his curriculum and what he would learn. Today, they were learning inside the United States of America, inside the Federal Reserve note, inside with the one, and the In God We Trust. He was learning about the Chang emperor and dynasty. I have not gotten a formal offer for a lifelong career for my son yet, with guaranteed salary or anything. So it is really concerning to me what they're being prepped for within their life frame for future, what kind of careers they're being groomed for, and what is their guarantee within the monetary system and whatever else. So that way they will be provided for.
Hey, Ronnie, it's great to see you're going to be out on the campaign trail. What do you got?
I got potato skins, John. That's what I like them do. They're frozen in the middle. Back to you, John.
Ronnie, what about the people there? Don't encourage this behavior. What about the people there, Ronnie? What are their beliefs, their positions?
What are you f***ing talking about? The position... The position is hunched over that place eating. This is a diner, okay? People come here to eat.
Why is he inside the diner and the other woman was outside the diner? Shouldn't they both be outside of the diner? I'm just saying.
And sometimes they have quick baths in the sink.
Ronnie, get back over here. Don't you walk away, Ronnie. You were there to get a story. Ask someone a question.
All right. Does anyone want those fries?
Ronnie Chang, everybody. Give it up one more time. The news team. You know what I'm saying? If I can say just this one thing. When you consider the election...
Bravo, John. Bravo, frickin'.
Now, when I was returned in the big black SUV to my parents' doorstep after going to Florida when I was a teenager, not remembering a majority of that trip. I don't know what airspace we were in. It would, again, what I'm being told when I go, what happens, blackouts, whatever, and then no ability to recall, those are big red flags for me. But wherever I was taken, I did not return with Dan from study hall. I returned with someone else who I don't have a name for. And there was somebody with, there was a second person in the black truck. We exited the vehicle. The person that was my age walked me to the door and returned me to my mother. This was college advisor. And then they would be in touch. I'm still out of contact for some reason.
Well, it's Jordan Klepper, everybody. I didn't see you there. You must have snuck up. Shouldn't you be out somewhere talking to insurrectionists in a parking lot?
Oh, biting, John, biting. You must be so proud of yourself with all these little satirical bits exposing the absurdities of our political process.
Well, I mean, it was fun. We had a fun day. We had fun making this stuff up.
Oh, I bet it was. Did you save democracy yet?
No, I didn't.
Your 90s brand of snark and both-siderism? Oh, George Bush is dumb. Al Gore's so boring. Wow, searing, John.
I wasn't really trying to save democracy. I was just trying to...
All you do is brainwash voters into accepting a corrosive status quo when they could be out marching in the streets to effect change. Frankly, you disgust me.
I can tell that from the tone of your voice on there. But, you know, Jordan, I'm here like once a week. Like, seriously, what do you want from me? It's like,
Wait, you're only here once a week?
Yeah.
Who's hosting the show the other days of the week?
The news team. team. Jordan, in fact, you're the host this whole week after I leave.
Now, I should mention that the only televised king that I've ever heard of, the crowned one, would be, and just recently did it happen, was King Charles III. For some reason, President Joe Biden had a foreign, they said he's a crowned prince, but they announced him as king of Jordan, was on the front porch of what I refer to as Jackson's White House, because again, this is legal tender, and Jackson's on the front, not Biden. And so that is, again, another red flag for me. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it signifies. I know it's very serious. I just don't have the answers as to what or just how. I'm in this flag system. I'm going to pause and go back to Jon Stewart and The Daily Show.
I leave Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's you.
It's great having you back, buddy. I gotta tell you that. This is gonna be so much fun. What we're doing here is important, John. I can't wait to change the world with you, my friend.
Thanks very much. Really nice to see you. Good to see you. Join them, everybody. When we come back, we'll be joined by Zanny Minton Meadows. Don't go away.
Now, this is the beginning of the show where he speaks of indecision 2024 and electile dysfunction.
But it was really kind of a no-win for conservatives. I mean, if the Chiefs lost, who wins? The People's Communist Republic of Gay Pelosi stand. It's almost like the right's ridiculous obsession with politicizing every aspect of American life ruins everything. But now that it's over, 9 months till the election, people! And the exciting part is we already know our candidates. It's, drum roll please, these guys. That's why tonight we're debuting our election coverage in Decision 2024 American Democracy. See, it's a homophone. We didn't change the sound of the word, but we added a K, which makes it wittier. How about Indecision 2024? Electoral. We changed the one letter. Are you disappointed yet? So Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And by the way, this weekend, the big news was the special counsel report on Joe Biden's handling of classified information.
The special counsel's report offers scathing details of what it calls his diminished faculties and faulty memory. Writing, if charged, Mr. Biden will likely present himself to the jury, as he did during his interview with our office, as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
Where did I park those documents? This guy couldn't remember stuff during his deposition. Do you understand what that means? He hadn't.
Nope. Not at this level. It's star 1978, star 8378. It's Nicole, Cattaruzza, and it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. That's the sunlight outside.